and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we had some issues with the live stream, so I thought I would take an opportunity and pre-record a pick a card reading for you guys. The pre-shuffle for you is this romance card with somebody looking like they're about to deliver an important message, and the rainbow dragon. This dragon brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. Have trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, and accept opportunities. So it definitely looks like we have some really positive energy coming in, but I wanted to get it a little bit more specific. So you're going to want to choose which of the mini decks that I have in front of me resonates most with you so that you can figure out which reading will be for you. Now, I might use all of these in all three readings, but just to kind of help you pick which one. The first one is the Steampunk Tarot. The second one is the Mini Rider-Waite. And the third one is the Mini Everyday Witch Tarot. So go ahead, I'll show just another little clip here for you of these as well. And then once you get your decision made, we can get started. Hi guys, welcome to Pile 1. You must have resonated with the Steampunk Tarot, which is a pretty cool deck. I just got it today, so I'm very excited to see what we have going on. But just to give you a little taste, here is the Six of Wands, looking pretty cool. All right, we're going to use this to clarify, so we're not going to dive right into that quite yet. But Pile 1, I want to see what this new love situation is for you. So I'm going to pull a few cards from the Golden Lenormand first. We have the Bouquet, number 9, and the Fox. So basically, I feel like there is somebody that would like to surprise you. Perhaps they would like to take you on a trip. Perhaps you haven't seen them in a while and they're coming to visit you. But we have somebody here who I don't really get bad vibes off of this Fox character. I feel like we've got somebody here who is just trying to move in silence because they have some sort of plan here that they're excited to carry out. So let's get a few from the signs of the times. Opportunity. See, and what do we have? We have accept opportunities from the Rainbow Dragon. So there's definitely a good change coming your way. Ooh, and the Skull, endings. So this feels to me like when one thing really feels like it has closure for you, like you've been able to really kind of move forward and get excited about new things happening or new people entering your life, that's when everything changes. So I do feel like it's important to tell you to have a positive mindset, even if it's difficult to let go of people, places, or things that you've had to move away from. All right, Pile 1, let's get a little bit more specific for you. This is the Morgan Greer. We have a visitor, Mr. Hambone, my kitty cat. Hi, how are you? The Page of Pentacles. Wow, this is really saying this is a new situation here. And the Six of Cups, King of Cups. So here's what I'm getting off of this. We've got somebody here who it's like you made a good impression on them. For some of you, this could be somebody that you met briefly and the timing was off. Things just didn't work for you. I don't feel like this is an ex. This is somebody, though, that sees something very special in you. So it's almost giving me this, like, love at first sight kind of feeling. Like you said something, you did something. Maybe you were really funny or you did a little dance. I don't know. This person thinks you are exceptional. But I do feel like this was a very fast, like, falling in love situation. I don't think this King of Cups expected to fall in love. So you may resonate with one of the shorts that I posted earlier today. Sorry, I can't remember the title of it. I posted too many of them today. But now this is pushing the King of Cups to want to make an offer because they would like to see some stability here. I mean, honestly, it kind of feels like they're just a little bit nervous that if they take too much time to come towards you, that somebody else is going to make you an offer first. And you know, they may be right. We have the High Priestess in the reverse and the King of Swords in the reverse. I think you have two admirers. You may have to choose from a person from your past and a brand spanking new person. I do feel like this is going to be a relatively easy decision for you, though. You're just going to want to keep your eyes peeled for somebody who knows how to communicate honestly and openly. Because I feel like this King of Swords in the reverse, you're going to be able to spot them, like maybe even like a mile away, because they're not going to come across to you as authentic or somebody who knows how to listen to their intuition. So this new person, the person who fell in love rather quickly, or will fall in love rather quickly with you, is somebody that has been able to come back after a pretty difficult ending. So they may have gone through a really challenging divorce, or maybe even lost their partner to a disease or a car accident or something like that. This person has found some way to heal. They may be artistic in some way. They have been able to address whatever trauma made it difficult for them to love again, and it may be that you helped. For others of you, you've become acquainted a little bit too recently for that effect to have been, attributed to you. But for others of you, this is somebody who saw you, realized how great you would be together, and decided, I don't want to lose this person, so I better change. I better work on what I need to work on. We have Death in the reverse, clarifying the Three of Wands in the reverse. Makes me feel like we've got a situation where somebody thought that they were kind of impervious to falling in love or having the feelings, the kind of feelings that actually don't go away, right? Distance can make the heart grow fonder, but other times it just makes you forget somebody, and they couldn't forget you. They don't think they ever would forget you. We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. This is clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. And the message I get from this is that somebody has been thinking about this for a long time. This is really fascinating because I don't feel like you've had a lot of time to have conversations. I don't feel like you've gotten to the point where you're really comfortable around each other. Like, you probably still get a little bit nervous, but this King of Cups seems very focused. Like, they know you're the one. I think it's gotten to the point where they know what they want to do. It's just difficult for them to actually go ahead and do it. It's taking quite a lot of courage for them. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse and the Hanged Man. Yeah, this is an ex. So you have a King of Swords in the reverse that you've already dated before. You've already had a breakup. Some of you, you already lived with this person. The Hanged Man suggests that somebody has a different perspective. Now, I think the majority of you, this is saying that you have a different perspective on this person than you did for a long time, i.e. you see through them, you don't really buy into whatever they're telling you, you know they're probably lying to you. For others of you, you have noticed this person has changed, but I think it's too little too late. I still feel like this King of Swords in the reverse is not the right choice for you and could be just a little bit of a test for you. All right, let's get into the situations deck for you, pile one. Let's see what else we have. Wow. Yeah, there was definitely a disappointing ending here for this King of Cups. not too long ago, I would say within the last 5 years probably. And they had been trying to, I don't know why I did that. They'd been trying to avoid love as a result of this hurt. So it could be for some of you, you went on a first date and then never heard from them again because they were just like spooked and they maybe had some stuff they had to deal with. For some of you, this person may have gone on a first date or run into you or met you when they were at the tail end of a divorce, but they didn't feel like telling you that's what was going on. For others of you, this person was in an unhappy relationship and they needed to end that relationship before they could pursue anything with you. There was something here that they had to take care of and they knew it. They had to approach you in an honest way. But the whole time they were dealing with this mess, they've been sitting here thinking about, you know, the color of your eyes or the softness of your lips, you know, like just kind of obsessing a little bit, thinking about what it would be like to finally come back around. All right, we have children in the reverse, insatiable, and signs. So pile one, we have a situation here where somebody has been forced to grow up. But with the insatiable card, I still feel like it's mid-progress, right? Like whoever this King of Swords in the reverse is, they have seen what they needed to do, but I feel like they took too long to get moving. I'm trying to think of a good example. It's like if someone were to ask you at, you know, the last day of the state fair, do you want to go? Like, it's probably going to be a nightmare. I don't know. It's just bad timing. Like, this person had the opportunity to start cleaning their house, you know, 2 days before you were going to be in state for a visit, and they decided to wait until like 2 hours before. You know what I mean? Like, they just procrastinated. So, this King of Swords in the reverse, I think, is going to realize that they wasted too much of their time and that they still have um, work to do and you're not waiting for them. All right, let's get a little bit more detail here for you, pile one. This is the Beginner's Tarot. I like this one a lot because it has a little phrase at the bottom of the picture to help you understand what each card means. Three of Cups, Empress. Interesting. Okay, so this Three of Cups, I feel like in one regard, we have somebody here who feels like they can celebrate the good things in life again. Like they maybe went down a pretty dark path, dealt with some depression, some anxiety, maybe went into a bit of a hermit phase, didn't really want to hang out with people, but there's something here about you that makes them happy. So you've maybe even kind of surprised them in terms of bringing back an emotion or a sentiment that they didn't really feel like they were going to experience again. And that's not something that you easily forget, right? That's why they see you as the Empress, whether or not you are female. We have the Two of Swords and the Four of Wands in the reverse. Peace restored. So this person knew there was something, again, that they had to deal with before they could come towards you. There was something, it's like a mess that needed to be cleaned up. That's the image that keeps coming into my mind, because they knew that if they came forward and made an offer to you while they were still dealing with a faulty foundation, it wouldn't have moved forward, right? You have standards. This person knows they have to come correct, but they are, I think they're a little bit nervous, you guys. Like, you're their dream person. And it makes them kind of, it makes them struggle to talk. So if this person comes forward and it seems like they vacillate between, okay, I'm in my element, I've been planning this for a while, I know how to speak to you, here's what I want to suggest, let's go on a date. And then they like switch it up and all of a sudden they're like, so do you like food? It's because they are so smitten with you. Like, this person views you as the cat's meow. All right, let's get a little more for you here, pile one, and then we'll call it a day. Obviously, got to top it off with the Steampunk Tarot, what you've been waiting for. I haven't even used it yet, so you're my first. We have the Emperor, the Chariot, and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So this person, wow, that's beautiful, pile one. This person knew they had to step into their Emperor energy in order to deserve the Empress, right? So this person has worked out what they needed to, and now they're ready for victory. Now they're ready for action. They are taking quick action. Chariot is the fastest moving energy in the tarot, and now we have Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This feels to me like I have everything planned out, but I can't just get off my ass and do it, right? Like, if you resonate with this masculine energy that wants to make a love offer, like, quit sitting around and doing nothing. Like, you have everything worked out. It's gonna go just fine. Do it, right? Like, we've got this Emperor card here to say somebody is capable. They can pursue what it is that they want. They will be victorious. So, yeah. I think it's just a matter of time here before this person realizes, you know what, I don't know what I'm waiting for. I should just, yeah, bless you. I should just go ahead and do this. We have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Wow, okay. Pile one, what do we have here? I think this is a bit of a warning for our masculine energy here, Emperor. All right, Mr. Emperor, if you don't take action, if you don't follow through on your plans, this is what happens. No love. Somebody else swoops in. Somebody else gets the girl, somebody else gets the dude, somebody else gets the love. So we got to do something here, okay? If you got some plans, it's time. King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess. This is like extra warning. Like, yeah, you are ready. You have that King of Pentacles thing down, okay? King of Pentacles is the kind of energy you want in a relationship. This is somebody who is reliable, responsible. They can take care of their bills. They can take care of another person or a family. This is like the good father type, right? And then we have the High Priestess popping back out. We've got somebody here who knows that we've got intuition to guide us, and this feels like a good connection. But the Nine of Pentacles also says there are other people that are interested. It might not just be this King of Swords in the reverse, right? All right, let's get some clarification for you. Tell me more about the fox, please. Page of Wands in the reverse. Here's the Page of Wands. So, yeah, this is definitely a reading for somebody who has yet to hear from this love interest. There's a resistance here to communicate, a sneakiness. Not wanting to be seen seems to be a thing. So I don't know if you have mutual friends, or maybe they were friends with your ex. I don't know. And then we have Eight of Wands in the reverse. But that's why they're not talking. There's something here that they're nervous about, some connection between the two of you that maybe they feel like would get them in trouble or would make you not interested in them. Tell me about the skull, please. Five of Swords in the reverse. An ending had to happen here. So there was definitely some sort of separation. Even if it was just, you know, a weekend, right? There was getting to know you, being aware of you, being attracted to you, and then having to have a little bit of time away. And this is because somebody had to, right, like work on some stuff here. There's maybe a house that needed to be sold, something like that. We have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I feel like whoever we're dealing with here, this is somebody that, ooh, didn't have the same loyalty, right? There's something here very attractive about you that the person in the previous relationship did not offer this King of Cups. So it's making him, I think, extra focused on what, you know, what they can do to make sure that you accept their offer, right? They have to be clear that this is who they are and this is what they offer. Tell me more about the Eight of Wands in the reverse, please. We have the Three of Swords in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse. Oh, really? This seems to say the King of Swords in the reverse is going to tell you that they are healed. But I don't think you can believe them. I don't know. I feel like in general, when you come out as the King of Swords in the reverse twice, you don't exactly plan on telling the truth. You don't exactly have, you know, love and feelings going on. We have the Chariot in the reverse. This person is not, they are not getting their ish together, right? They're like stubborn. All right, we have the Four of Swords. This new person, the King of Cups, the Emperor energy, they have healed. High Priestess, and they also have really good intuition. So definitely be discerning where it concerns somebody's intuition. If they demonstrate that they trust their own intuition, this is probably a good person for you. Temperance in the reverse. Knight of Wands. If you feel like somebody is rushing you or somebody is a little bit unpredictable, this feels to me like the King of Swords energy. You'll know, right? If something seems off, like they're trying to put on a show, they're love bombing you, they're trying to make it seem like they're doing something better than they used to, you'll be able to sense that something's off. That's because they're trying to basically pretend that they are someone that they aren't. Three of Wands. This Emperor is about to take action. So if you haven't gotten a love offer from somebody that resonates with this Emperor energy, then that is about to be what happens. So good luck and thank you for watching my video. Subscribe, you guys. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Just as a refresher, you must have felt drawn to the Rider-Waite, the miniature Rider-Waite. And we're not going to start with it because it is ideal for clarifying, so we'll get back to that, but did want to, I think, dive in a little bit more to the oracle side of things. We're going to use the Golden Lenormand for you. What else do we have for pile 2? So we've got some love coming your way. We have number 33, the Key. Number 35, the Anchor. The Anchor has a positive meaning in the Lenormand. This would be like financial or like foundational security, safety. And it can also signify that somebody is wanting to stay. So I feel like this is a significant sign that we have somebody that is offering some kind of long-term commitment here. And with the Key, it could be specifically saying you're being asked to move in with somebody or somebody is moving closer to be with you, basically. So definitely a sign that things are getting a little bit more serious for you. All right, I think we need the Meta Muse next, so we will dive in to that. What else do we have for pile 2? Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Tower in the reverse. This feels to me like somebody tried really, really hard to avoid some sort of change in their life, but it happened anyways. There could be some element here of somebody trying to get something that they didn't really work for. So wanting something for nothing. So you could have been dealing with, or your person could have been dealing with, a bit of a mooch or somebody that was, using people in their life. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse and the Magician. And as a result, I feel like there was somebody in this relationship or this perhaps work setting, could also potentially be a family situation, where you took your power back. You were like, you know what, I don't really care for this manipulation, or I don't really care for being, bossed around like this or walking on eggshells. I'm going to remove myself from this situation. So I feel like whoever I'm reading for, you or your person, there was an ending here that really demonstrated that somebody had learned their karmic lesson. They weren't going to tolerate that kind of behavior anymore, and they knew that they deserved better. So high five and a big hug. That's not easy to do, and I'm proud of you. We have Death in the reverse and the Five of Pentacles. Honestly, this feels like either whatever doesn't kill me makes me stronger, or letting this person go will not kill me. I may feel like things are lonely, or like I'm cold, or I don't have anybody to cuddle at night, but it's not going to kill me. So this feels to me like acceptance with an ending that maybe had been kind of delayed or procrastinated about. We have the Moon and Temperance. I think you had to walk a path alone. Again, this could be your person, but I think you had to be willing to take the rose-colored glasses off, see things for the way they were, admit to yourself perhaps that somebody wasn't going to change or isn't going to change, and that you are capable of balancing out your life by removing this toxic energy. So you have been able to kind of reestablish some, I don't know, maybe just boundaries, but I think full-on happiness. Your money looks like it's improving as well, because you've moved away from this person that was a drain on your energy as well as your bank account. So it feels to me like you are considerably happier than you were, feeling more free, more independent, more in control. We have the Empress in the reverse and the Prince of Cups. Oh, really? I don't really like the Empress in reverse. This is generally indicative of somebody who thinks that they can manipulate you, or somebody who, again, is a user, right? Like, what can I get from you? I don't really want to pay for this myself. How about you pay for it? But they're coming out with the Knight of Cups. I think you got somebody coming back around that you don't really want to see. And often this is how people work when they know you're about to get somebody else in your life, right? So with the Chariot in the reverse, I feel like this person wants to make an offer to distract you or cause drama in your life so that you don't get this other opportunity. So this feels to me kind of like a test, somebody coming back around to make sure that they can kind of, poo in your punch bowl so that you don't get that love offer, or you don't pay attention to a love offer of a lifetime. So let's see if we get that Release Your Ex card. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. Now let's just keep in mind that even though you may not believe in it, this is in reference to past life, not like you've dated them before in this life. So it's one of those things where you feel like an instant connection with somebody, you finish each other's sentences, but you've only known them for like a day or two. And forgiving and learning, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So again, gotta let go of the previous issues, right? The previous disappointment. We have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And attraction. Okay, so see how these two came out together? This person wants to come back around and manipulate you because they can sense that somebody else is going to make you an offer. Somebody else is attracted to you. Somebody else wants to really make things serious with you. So if you know that your ex likes to read tarot or watch tarot, they may be watching, cross-watching to see if they can time it right to mess something up for you. Be careful. All right, let's get a few from the gold foil tarot. What else do we have for pile 2, please? 8 of Wands in the reverse and Death. Yeah, so honestly, I think somebody felt like they needed to keep their distance from you while you were in a relationship because they were interested in you, or you met them and they were disappointed to hear that you were in a relationship. There's something here about people not wanting to pursue you if you were in a relationship, and that ending of a relationship being really important for you in terms of a new connection coming into your life. I happened to look at the time. It was 33 minutes on the dot, and we already had number 33, so that could be an important number for you. We have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Page of Wands. Yeah, I think you're going to get communication from somebody that doesn't like to pull their own weight. This is somebody who expected you to do everything. Yeah, I'm allergic to this kind of person. So they were trying to give you a little bit of space. But now that they've done that, and now that they think there could be somebody else who wants to make you an offer, they want to find a way to come back around and cause some drama so that you miss out on this love offer. Here's that Knight of Cups. Very similar to that initial card, that romance card. A dude on a horse with some amorous intentions. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is saying your money is looking good, you're attractive as a potential partner, and that's what's motivating this person to make their move. We have the High Priestess, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Three of Swords. Yeah, this is, use your intuition. I think you know that if this person comes back around, they don't have good intentions. But literally, we're talking about somebody who wants to delay progress and cause heartbreak. For some of you, this person, if they've heard that you're interested in somebody new, they're going to try to seduce you, make you cheat on them, or lie about you doing so. So you may want to have a conversation if you've already started dating someone, that this ex thing is an issue, and, here's how I'm going to make sure you feel that I'm being honest with you, because we don't need to have somebody else ruining our relationship like that. There's that Hanged Man again. So we have somebody here who feels like they don't know whether or not they can win you back, but they do feel like they can cause a stalemate, or they can cause you to miss a different opportunity. All right, we're going to get a couple of thoughts from the Untold Messages of the Heart. You are the one, the only one. I feel like we both need to go our separate ways for a while. I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other. I've been in my head about you constantly. I'm upset and I need some time to cool down. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? So I think we may have had somebody that needed to deal with well, here, let me put it this way. If they saw you end a relationship, or they know that you've recently ended a relationship, they wanted to make sure that you had enough time to do that, and they weren't really sure how you felt about them, but they're very sure about you. They feel like you are, you know, top tier. But this King of Swords, I'm sorry, Empress in the reverse energy, this is somebody who is definitely angry most of the time, or too quick to anger, and somebody who feels like they can maybe try one last thing to kind of ruin this opportunity for you. So definitely not my favorite kind of person, right? Oh, it's too soon for this. Let's get one more tarot. All right, let's go with the Egyptian tarot. What else do we have for pile 2? We have the Queen of Chalices. The Queen of Cups is the sweetheart of the deck. This is somebody who is seen as generous and kind, often has, people that support her even if they're not in a romantic relationship with her, right? We have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. This Queen of Cups is recovering, probably after that breakup. And with the Page of Swords, I feel like there's a sense here that somebody's watching. Now, this could be both individuals, or this could be just one of them. But the idea is seeing if you're healed. So I feel like this is the offer that you do want to accept. The person who is operating under good intentions. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. It's the same thing as this card right here. So yeah, we definitely have somebody that wants to prevent you from falling in love, or prevent you from choosing somebody else. This person is not good with money and sees you as a meal ticket. They don't really realize, though, that no matter what they try to do, whatever they try to hide from you, whatever kind of tricks they play, you'll be able to see through them. With the Queen of Swords in the reverse, I think you expect this negative behavior from them, and it helps you to anticipate how to protect yourself. All right, time for our clarifiers. Let's see, what else do we have on the key, please? So there's somebody here who is going to send a message, and it's probably going to be something that feels like a kind of insecure confession. Like, if you're not into me, I can handle that, but I think I have to at least do myself, show myself some respect and actually say how I feel in case there is an opportunity with you. So this person is going to be, I think, a little timid, but they're going to say how they feel. It's hard for them because they're very used to holding these feelings inside. Tell me about the reconciliation, please. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, this is your person from the past is the person who's trying to make sure you lose out on other love opportunities. So, I mean, I don't want to categorically say that nobody from your past is a good idea, but if you know that this is somebody that's capable of meddling in your business, then yeah, definitely don't give them the time of day. We have the World in the reverse. This person feels like you're not done, that they should have another chance with you, and that you've been unfair or too quick to judge them. But really, they're just not willing to accept the change here. The Wheel of Fortune says it's time to move on. There's different things meant for each of you. And this Page of Pentacles in the reverse, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. A sense that this person has no good will towards you. This is somebody who's just trying to make sure that you have some difficulty or disappointment. Tell me about the Death card, please. This feels to me like somebody realizing if your relationship is over, they don't have to lie about how they feel about you anymore. So somebody feels more comfortable admitting a crush, because they don't have to be concerned about causing some sort of problem in an existing relationship. So I really do feel like this is a good-hearted individual. So stamp of approval for sure. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next reading. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You must have a thing for witches or for cats. You chose the Everyday Witch Tarot, and we're going to save that for our clarifiers. First, we're going to dive in a little bit more with the Earth and Bone Oracle, another new one for my collection. Let's see what else we have for Pile 3. We have the Blood Moon, number 8. Illusion, uncertainty, confusion, secrets, egotism, and narcissism. So there could be some hidden motives here that we need to get into and make sure you're aware of. There could be a jealous party here who doesn't want you to get involved. We have number 42, Meadow, completion, success, blessings, positivity, and gratitude. Gratitude's an important part of everyday life. If you've got a moment, make sure you say thank you or express gratitude for the things that are going well in your life. All right, so with that, I do feel like there is a change, a really specific change here in terms of what you're allowing in terms of type of energy into your sphere. If people are demonstrating narcissistic tendencies, maybe they gaslight, maybe they love bomb, you're not here for it. You've already been down that path. You're not interested. So I feel like you're very selective now as you pursue additional romances. Maybe you're still a little bit hesitant on that. All right, let's use the Fairy Lenormand and get a little bit more here for you. What else do we have for Pile 3? Shut up, that's too funny. So this card came out in Pile 2. Not to confuse you, but you may have some similarities or some message in there as well. What else do we have for Pile 3? Not to mention 333 at that point, right? Because you chose Pile 3. Very good, very good. And number 13. Number 13 is the Girl, and this can represent new, innocent. I think this is saying that Spirit wants you to appreciate a new love offer, that there is somebody that you haven't dated before that is going to feel like a perfect fit for you. All right, let's get into the tarot, shall we? We're going to go with the Black Tarot. What else do we have for Pile 3, please? We have the Page of Cups in the reverse, the Justice card in the reverse, and Two of Swords in the reverse. So yeah, this feels like that narcissism or that secrecy that we heard about. So it could be somebody in your family, it could be somebody in your work, but I think for the majority of you, this is learning once and for all. I can't date somebody like this. I can't be in love with somebody like this because they don't treat me the way that I know I deserve to be treated. I have, accepted this as a loss, knowing that it isn't truly a loss because there's something better out there for me. So I do feel like this reading is for somebody that is working towards a new beginning or moving forward after a difficult ending. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Cups. And there's somebody here who feels like they know who you really are and they are falling for you. I love this Knight of Cups card. It seems so dreamy with the coloring in it. This person is waiting for the right moment. This gives me vibes of somebody who feels like you probably have some interest in them as well, but they really want to be respectful in terms of when and how they communicate their feelings to you. Oh, Lordy. So we have the Ace of Spheres and the Magician in the reverse. There's an opportunity that's going to present itself to you, and I feel like there is somebody here who wants to like swat it away so you can't pursue it. I kind of feel like this is somebody in your family or like a close friend. Three of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, whoever you are, you've been through something difficult, and I feel like you have shared that trauma or that experience with somebody in your family or at work, somebody who you would, I think, say does care about you deeply. But this is also somebody who wants you to themselves. They don't want to share you. This person is thinking about themselves when they provide some sort of advice here that essentially is meant to make sure you don't get involved with anybody else. We have the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the High Priestess. I think you already know that this person is a bit of a Debbie Downer, or they are kind of trying to influence you, and I don't think they've had the success that they think they have. I think with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, there's almost like a vibe here that you're not really enjoying spending time with this person, maybe even being a little bit avoidant. I think you see through and maybe even like feel like they're a little bit creepy or they're a little bit transparent. I think you know what they're doing. King of Swords. Eight of Cups. Yeah, this person who doesn't really want to see you move on to a happy relationship, they are trying to say something to make you run away from this person. So especially if this person feels like bold enough to tell you they found something on this person and you shouldn't date them because of this, I would not trust anything this person has to say. If you're going to shut down an opportunity, a, love offer, make sure it's something that aligns with your own intuition. If you have good feelings about this person and someone's trying to talk you out of those good feelings, I would first ask myself, why is this person in my life? Why do I want advice from this person? I don't think I do want advice from this person. Yeah. Three of Swords. For whatever reason, they want this to end in not going anywhere or heartbreak. This feels to me like a little bit of an uncomfortable friendship or a controlling parent, perhaps. All right, let's get a few more. We'll go with the Rider-Waite. What else do we have for pile 3? Nine of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. So in other words, even though there is significant change in your future, things are starting to get better for you, this person's almost trying to like blindfold you so that you don't see the positive change and that you get kind of stuck in this overly defensive or I'm going to give up kind of energy. This feels to me like they want to keep you at their side. So maybe they feel like if you get into a relationship, you would spend less time or money with or on them. So this definitely comes across to me as kind of selfish energy, like defending their own territory of you. Yeah, Nine of Cups, greediness. Six of Pentacles. This person might start to pick at you a little bit and start fights like you're not spending enough time, you don't care about me like you said you do. If you were a good friend, you would join me on this or you would cancel that date. There's something here about trying to manipulate you because they're very greedy of your time. They want you to like spend all your free time with them. The Lovers in the reverse, they don't want you to choose love. This person really just doesn't want you in a happy relationship. Period. End of story. For some of you, this person wants to be in a relationship with you. For others of you, this is not a romantic relationship. This is just somebody who is really lonely and can't imagine not having you, to go grocery shopping with, or to go see the latest movie. Like, this person is greedy of your time. We have the Moon and Temperance. So they are trying to be a little bit secretive or kind of like disguise their motives, but I still think that you see through this. I think you also know that in order to kind of keep the balance and peace in your own life, that you need to have a little bit of alone time as well. I think when you leave after having hung out with this individual, you notice that you have like lower energy levels. Like, it's very draining for you to spend time with this person. That's because they're either an energy vampire or they don't do anything for themselves. They expect you to do a lot in order to make them happy, right? But this isn't a long-term, this is not a good thing for you, right? Like, this person is clingy. We have the Three of Wands, Queen of Cups in the reverse, emotional manipulation. This person's entitled. It's like almost coming through like if you reject or lose out on enough love opportunities, maybe, just maybe, you'll marry them. Kind of like, have you ever made one of those deals with like a friend? If we get to 45 and we're not married, we'll just marry each other. It's like that kind of energy, right? Like, maybe if I just make it seem like nobody else is good enough for you, you'll just like lower your standards and be okay with me. With the Death card in the reverse, this is somebody who feels like they can avoid losing you if you don't ever get into a relationship. Like, they don't want to change. They don't want anything to change. They're emotionally manipulating you now. So they probably drop a little bit of guilt on you. Like, you're not going to leave me too, are you? Or you're not going to reject me like my other friends, are you? Are you still going to go to this event with me? Like, I don't like this kind of energy. So be cautious. All right, let's get some more energy on your person. We're going to use the Santa Muerte. All right, tell me more about this new love, please. Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords. This person may have seen you on the internet. You may have met via a dating app. This is slow progress, though. This isn't like I meet you and we start dating the next day, We have the Knight of Swords. And Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte, by the way, is the Death card, just like this guy. So yeah, we have somebody here who has been, I think, admiring you from afar and kind of biding their time. They feel like they can't quite tell you the truth yet. I think they're waiting for a very specific thing to happen where they know for sure it's the right time. I think they're waiting for a sign. They may feel like you might run into each other. They may feel like the ending for whatever relationship this was needs to have a little bit of time for you to heal from. I feel like there is some patience here, even though this person wants you. You have the Magician in the reverse. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody you're not talking to is going to try to come back around at the same time. You've got multiple energies here that are going to be entering your sphere. With the Magician in the reverse, Five of Pentacles in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse, this is somebody you don't want to talk to. This is somebody who thinks now is a good time to come back around, and I don't know why. It's not a good time for them. You don't want to like talk to this person ever again. You're like, nah. Maybe they know each other. Maybe this person became aware of you because of the Magician in the reverse. Ten of Cups. Oh, they got it bad. They like you. They got a big crush on you. They're like trying to figure out how to approach you in a way that is, you know, satisfactory to you. I think they know they have to be cautious. Two of Cups. What other love cards can we get for you guys? All right, what else do we have for pile 3? New love. Yeah, I think this person wants to make sure you've had enough time by yourself, enough time to be independent. They don't want to be a rebound. They don't want to be worrying about whether or not you're still hung up on your ex, right? This person feels like if they time things right, it'll be a beautiful beginning for you guys, but they don't want anything to mess that up. I do think the letter A is important for many of you. That might not be for all of you. That could be your name, that could be their name. We have the Six of Cups in the reverse. Ace of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, you need to reject this person from the past before the new person can come through. So if you are ever prone to doing that thing where people juggle or they keep their options open, gotta end that shit. If there's absolutely no way you'd be interested in somebody, just put that shit out there. Make it real clear to, sorry you guys, my computer went out, to whomever is trying to make this offer, like, nope, that's a no-go for me, not negotiable, I'm not interested. Make it clear, okay? You don't have to be a jerk about it, you know? All right, let's get some clarifiers for you. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. So